Welcome back, everybody. I'm still here on board the MeinSchiff 2 from TUI Cruises in the middle of some pretty wavy waves. It's getting kind of rocky, and I wanted to give you sort of a short ship tour. And the reason I'm not going to do like a full ship tour like I normally do, where I go from the front to the back to the front to the back on every deck, is because I'm assuming that most of you who are watching my videos of English will never be on this ship. And I did do a ship tour, or I will be doing a ship tour in German where I do that. And I'm just going to take some footage from that video, that more detailed video, which I made to really help people who are going to be on the ship sort of get their bearings before they get on board. And I'll mix it together to show you the highlights of the ship now. Like on many other ships, the main theater is at the very front of the ship. It's a really cool, very modern space, but also, like many other cruise ship theaters, there's some crappy seats at the side of the stage. The ship also has a smaller theater, but I didn't get the chance to go inside and see anything there. In the middle of the ship is a round atrium that spans 3 decks, which reminded me a lot of the NCL Epic, Getaway, Breakaway, that class of ship. Although on those ships, the opening is much bigger than this. There are a few bars and dining venues attached, but let's start at the bottom where, as usual, guest relations is located. There's also a juice bar here, but it's not included in the price. Going 1 floor up, we find ourselves in the TUI bar. TUI, spelled T-U-I, is actually a huge travel company that owns resorts, an airline, and the MeinSchiff cruise ships, among other things. So this bar is named after the parent company, basically. 1 floor up from there are 2 dining venues. On the one side, it's the Ganz schön gesund bistro, which means really darn healthy, where I had those amazing salads. This was some of the best vegetarian and vegan food that I've had on any cruise ship ever, and you can hear me talk about it in detail in the daily vlogs. Directly across from that is the Tag und Nacht Bistro, which means like day and night bistro, and this is the one venue that's basically open all hours, and it's also where I had that horrible quote-unquote veggie burger. I mean, the dinner menu consists of only 4 things, and one of them is a veggie burger, but when I ordered it, they acted like they had no idea what I was talking about, and then this showed up. But all the other food was pretty great, so just ignore that. Speaking of food, the main dining room is called the Atlantic, and it's divided into 2 floors. Look at how far apart the tables are, by the way. It's actually located midship, which I haven't seen on a lot of other ships. I think usually it's all the way at the back, but on this ship, they have other dining venues at the back, and we will take a look at those. By the way, a video showcasing my great food in the main dining room is coming soon. So at the back of the ship is this area called the Diamond. Everything here is an additional cost, which I found out one afternoon. I sat down to order a decaf and grabbed 2 pieces of cake, and then was brought a bill. During the evening, the downstairs part is an a la carte restaurant with a mix of flavors, and the upstairs part is divided between a surf and turf restaurant on one side and an Italian restaurant on the other side. There's also an open kitchen dining experience where they offer things like wine tasting events and cooking workshops. Other than the coffee and cake, I didn't dine at any of these restaurants, but my own personal muster drill was held on the Italian side, so I did sit down there for like 5 minutes. The ship also has shopping on 2 floors, as well as other bars, a barber shop, a normal hair salon, and those are all separate from the spa area, which is strange because usually they're kind of grouped together. There's also a really small casino, which I've talked about, and yeah, take a look around and I'll be back in a minute to show you all over the top deck.
But I stumble in the dark when I am not
On the first day, the door to the exclusive ship within a ship area for the suite guests was open, so of course I walked right in there. Suite guests have a separate lounge area, separate hot tub, and sun decks at the front of the ship, as well as at poolside, and there's a separate restaurant for them as well. Let's take a look at the back of the top deck before we go to the pools. So here we are at the back, and one trademark of this generation of ship is this curved walkway that joins the two top decks to each other. It doesn't have a glass floor or actually go out over the water like we've seen in some of the other newer ship designs, but it's certainly a cool element, and it looks even cooler at night. It's a great place to get portraits made. There are bars on both levels back here, and one more level down is the outdoor seating for the buffet and the fish restaurant. Moving back towards the front of the ship, this is where the indoor sports area is. It's a really big sort of half basketball court with, basketball and volleyball and other fun activities, which at the moment are very limited due to the current situation. The setup of it and the placing of it on the ship, though, reminded me a lot of the Anthem of the Seas, but this ship doesn't offer bumper cars, unfortunately, because that was awesome. Okay, moving on to the pools. The MeinSchiff 2 and 1 actually has 2 pools and 4 hot tubs all outside. This is the smaller pool, which was still bigger than the pool on the NCL Getaway or Breakaway. Most of the time when I walked past this pool, it was basically empty. And here's the main pool area with a lot of extra space around it for deck chairs, and I don't know if I've ever seen a pool this big on a cruise ship before. Are there any pool experts out there who can tell me which ships have the biggest pools, or if there are any that are bigger than this? Write it in the comments below, please. Because of the large area, and also because of the limited number of cruisers on board, I never had any problems finding a deck chair at any time during the day, and that was great. The buffet is also up here on deck 12, located at the back of the ship, with seating on both sides, as well as an outdoor area at the back. One side of the buffet is turned into a fish restaurant at night, which of course I did not visit. There you go. If you do want to see more of the ship, then of course you can watch the German video and listen to me speak German. At least you'll get to see what's going on, even if you don't necessarily understand what I'm saying. And otherwise, of course, I'm doing a English cabin tour, might be online already. I never know in advance the order that I'm going to put these things online. What definitely is online now, because I've already uploaded it from the ship, is my mini cabin tour, and I have shot the detailed cabin tour, but if I've edited it together and put it online by the time you see this, I don't know. As always, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon at patreon.com/veryunofficial. A special thanks to the people whose names are down here right now, the VIPs, and to everybody who supports me on Patreon or who has bought a Be Right Back towel or a I Still Gain 15 Pounds shirt or whatever. Also special thanks to everybody who just watches the videos and presses the thumbs up button. That is a big help as well. See you soon.